Hello, guys. My name is Josue. I worked formerly as a CVS employee as a cashier, and I am ongoing of becoming a Linux system admin. My name is Josue. I worked as a CVS employee for about a year now. I've done practically almost everything as a CVS employee could probably do. I've done stocking, I've done cashiering, I've done, among other things, I've done more or less a planogram, which is how to reconstruct your aisles to how it's supposed to be. Um, yeah, I've practically done everything. How I heard of Yellowtail Tech is it's rather a long journey because I have heard of it when I was going through college. I heard of it when I was 19 years old, and I was told of the opportunity before the Yellowtail Tech became expanded to online. But at the time, I think I wasn't so intrigued by it because it just didn't nobody really showed me what I was getting myself into. And I'm the type of person I like to get somewhat prepared to what I'm getting myself into. I don't like walking in there blindly because I have a tendency to be very clumsy. So I tend to really walk away from places that I can't see, if that makes sense. But eventually, the pandemic hit, and eventually I had to backtrack my school because I couldn't financially stabilize myself to keep going. And so I had to figure out a way to get much more financially stable. And eventually, the name popped up again at an advertisement, and as well, a good friend of my family came in and have spoken to me about Yellowtail, who's done the program before. Jose, who's probably you've known, and he was like, "Yeah, you should try it." And so I took a chance, and I'm here now. I think what really sold me was the fact how secure I felt getting into the program. Like I had it's so funny because I had various amounts of advertisements after trying to apply for this one. And I was like, man, that's so ironic. But none of them sold me the way that Yellowtail Tech sold it to me. And it felt like I had to be in there. Like I had to do something to be in there because that's how much it sold me. The more that I was starting to listen to it, the more that I was starting to get into the program, the more that I was like, I have to be in here because there's just no way you could just sell something with this amount of sentiment or how much short a class could be, because usually classes are never this short unless you're going through college, and even then that's 4 years that you had to study for. So that's what really I had to be in there for sure. I think my main struggles was trying to understand something that I don't want to say I don't have experience in, but it was very uncharted territory. I have done a bit of software in my high school, but it wasn't the same as system at just working on a system like that, because it was just much more of working with websites and understanding how to do robotics. So this one was a little different. It was definitely refreshing too because it felt hands-on, like how it did when I was doing software. And my struggles was understanding how things were correlating with each other and understanding what it really reminded me of a clock, where clocks have a lot of gears and it starts to rotate and you have to understand which gear goes where. And I think because of that, it was a refreshing challenge in having to ask those questions of how does this correlate with that, and having to, put them together is the reason why I kept going, for sure. If there's an advice that I could definitely give, it would be always take a chance in a place that has trying to settle for you, to have a better future for yourself, because that's what it felt like for Yellowtail. It was that they're trying to settle to see you progress in a place where you thought you couldn't progress any longer. And I hope that people get inspired to follow them just the way that they helped me.